All right, y'all, good morning. We are Detroit Outdoors. We got some more of our folks hanging out right here if you came from Detroit. Woo! We are super excited to be here. We got to meet some folks from Memphis Rocks at the Michigan Ice Fest, Michigan Ice Fest. We'll share a bit about that in our film. So most of what we're going to do is we're going to show a new film that we have, and we're going to take some time after that to chat a little about that with our crew here. So just some quick introductions. Co-worker Yuri here. We've got Onassis who's going to introduce the film, and then the program director for the Big Red Bus, David. So Onassis, you want to get us this film?
Awesome. So I'm Onassis Urbanus. I'm the filmmaker of this film. I'm also a climber. I had the privilege and the great opportunity to document Detroit Outdoors and the Youth Climbing Club. And initially, I got involved with the Youth Climbing Club by volunteering. And honestly, my favorite part was seeing their excitement to go to the gym and the progress that they have every week. And I also had Detroit Outdoors gave me an opportunity to go on trips on them, and here's the result of that. So just enjoy the film and happy sending.
And if you don't have a good sight line, come on in. Do the.
How's everyone doing this morning?
Being outdoors has impacted me in the way where I've just felt more motivated to do things, and it's built us so many leadership skills that I feel like I can do anything.
But you can push up on a whole knot. I see. So that's what he's doing.
Connecting the youth to the outdoors, it's important because I have a personal belief that the outdoors is healing, and I think it's therapeutic, and I think it's something that everyone's heart calls for at least once in their life.
Yeah, what you'll find with your SPI course and exam is that there's not always a hard-cut right way. Mm-hmm. There's just a good reason. Okay. So as long as you've got good reasons for what you're doing, and it's not objectively wrong.
Coming from me, why I want to become a single pitch instructor, it's because I want to provide youth in the city with an opportunity to climb outdoors. For the American Alpine Club to offer me the opportunity to learn all this, one instilled a self-confidence in me to become a better climber and to trust myself, and encourages me to continue to do what they've done for me, which is pass on knowledge to others.
As engaged as you want it to be, or it's fully in passive mode?
His stoke for trying and mock trad leading, plugging in gear, and again, it's the type of thing where hopefully with more mentorship and more education, he'll get to that place where he'll be another single pitch instructor certified by the AMGA out there working in the world.
I first found out about Detroit Outdoors when I joined the Climb Club. It was Yuri who got me into the Climb Club, and I ended up meeting the rest of the staff, and then they ended up telling me about some trips and opened up a lot more opportunities for me because my parents allowed me to go climbing and stuff, and they were still really skeptical about it, but when they noticed how safe of an environment it was and how the staff was always really involved with the students, they felt more safe about allowing me to go outside.
Having a community is what grounds us and like sustains us. And so I've definitely noticed that with the climbing club, it's not just about rock climbing and skill building. It's about excitement of seeing people. It's about finding a person's discomfort and just like taking it head on. It's about cheering each other on and seeing like what's next. So I do feel like it feels, yeah, just seeing the students like walk in and feel like they're running the club is a glorious feeling.
I'm going with Detroit Outdoors, the best team that you could ever find to go on field trips with.
And we work really hard to reduce the barriers for accessing nature, both close to home and far afield. We have a particular emphasis on really centering communities of color and folks that come from communities that may not always see themselves representative in sort of like your standard media about like who is an outdoors person.
We're going to be working with Detroit Outdoors to run their first youth climbing program up to Munising, Michigan.
YOLO!
You have fun?
Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, it was a workout.
It was really fun. I want to do it again, like all over again. It was really fun.
I think just definitely you feel when you go with a good crowd. Like you can definitely tell like you're with good people. You know, they know what they're doing, and the fact that we're doing things like this that isn't like something you do every day.
Getting to see these kids who deserve all the opportunities in the world, but unfortunately due to their circumstances they aren't able to find that. And for me to be able to provide these opportunities for them, I'm doing what I wish someone would have done when I was a kid. But I'm so proud of that.
I think these kind of trips are really important for young people. One, you can see the energy. They're building relationships with one another as they're all kind of stepping into really exciting, for many of them, a new sort of experience. And I think it's so important for them to be able to like have some community, build some friendships, and then go on these adventures and connect to these really beautiful places.
Detroit Outdoors has changed my life because I think I finally found a place. After a really long time of not knowing where I belong or if I had a place to be in, it's overall made me find myself, and it's made me immerse myself into a whole completely different world where I can be at peace, be outside, be with friends. And overall, it's just changed my life for the better.
The moment I started rock climbing, it was like, I want to do more. And it gained me more muscles, and the more muscles I gain, it's like I get better at it, better at rock climbing.
I've seen youth transform after getting the opportunity to be outdoors, to be disconnected from the world, and just live in the moment.
All right.
Testing. Testing, testing, testing.
Good.
Testing, 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 testing.
Hold on here. All right, congrats. That was the first time that film's been shown anywhere in public. So you guys are the first viewers. And if you didn't make it clear enough, Onassis made that entire film. So a huge round of applause for Onassis here. We're so happy he's with our crew and on our team. So yeah, just a quick word to reiterate. Detroit Outdoors does a lot of work in Detroit and around the area, giving kids access that typically don't get access to get on outdoor adventures and activities. And so we're going to share a little bit about our climbing journey. We do a lot of other things, including camping and beyond that, but we really want to focus on our climbing journey. And I'm going to ask Yuri to share a little bit about what that's been like. Can we get the slideshow up? Thank you.
Yeah, as they're pulling up this slideshow, well, good morning, everyone. My name is Yuri. Hi. I'll go a little in depth about just my climbing journey over these last 4 to 5 years. So I graduated from Cass Technical High School over in Detroit, and I had no connection to the outdoors up to that point. And it was through a whim and a chance that I got to meet Detroit Outdoors, and I spent the following summer participating in so many outdoor activities and recreational outings that I had always strived for, but never could find. And after a summer of just having a ball running all over the state, Detroit Outdoors invited me on their first ice climbing trip up to Michigan's Ice Fest, where I got to spend the weekend just embracing myself in the winter and re-establishing a connection with winter, and also getting my first time climbing experience ever, which was ice climbing and being led by Phil Henderson, who at the time I didn't know was a big deal. I was like, this guy's pretty cool, and then I learned who he was. And a couple years later, I started working for Detroit Outdoors, and I came up with a 5-year plan for myself which ended with me being SPI certified and leading youth in outdoor climbing experiences. I should be on my fourth year right now, and the schedule has been delayed a bit, but that's fine. But we were able to start the youth climbing club at Dino Detroit, and it's exactly what I think we had imagined it could be, which is just young people in Detroit stoked about climbing and gaining the self-confidence to learn that they have the ability to do these things, these activities, these things that that people tell them it's not for them. But as you can see, we have so many young climbers who are stoked and are always asking us, what's the next thing? What's the next trip? What's the next place? And well, that led to me in the September of 2023 as my birth month and my birthday. And I said I wanted to start a fundraiser to collect funding so we could get these kids up to the Michigan Ice Fest. This is Devil's Lake, where Detroit Outdoors was first outdoor climbing experience. But this is the youth ice climbing trip and the video that you saw, because these kids wanted to be out there and they wanted to try ice climbing. And look at all those smiling faces. Look at how pretty everyone is. And this is just the start of it all. It has led us to places that we never could have imagined. Out to the Gunks in New York. Yeah. And the kids had a blast and just having the opportunity and the experience.
Frankie. Frankie's our superstar.
Yeah, Frankie's our superstar. He's our lovable goofball. And it culminated in this summer where, for the Buffalo Soldiers Day, we went out to meet Shelton Johnson, who is a 30-year park ranger from Yosemite, who went to Cass Tech and is from Detroit. And we got to spend our time in Yosemite learning about the Buffalo Soldiers and their effort to protect the land, and also got in some climbing up at the Tukwananom Hills. And Mr. Phil Henderson joined us for that trip, and it was an incredible experience. Yeah, there he is. Woo! But in reality, Detroit Outdoors is in its truest form, a networking hub for partnerships to connect with people, where schools can connect with us and we can get them access to all the gear that they could ever want to run camping trips, or all the opportunities and the experiences. And it's only thanks to our partners and all the people in our network and our community that we have found that we are able to be out in spaces like this and take young people with us. And it's gotten to a point that Mads, the young girl in the Pit Vipers ice climbing, has looked me in the eyes and told me that I'm gonna steal your job. And as terrified as I am about that reality, I feel no greater amount of pride whenever I hear those words, because it means I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
So I'll pass it on to David.
Thanks, Yuri.
Give it up for Yuri.
I want to say, so I spent the whole summer guiding with Yuri, and he is an amazing and special human, and he holds a really sweet place in my heart. So, hey y'all, my name is David Shapiro. I'm the program director for the Bus for Outdoor Access and Teaching, or the Boat Bus, as we are affectionately known. We are a not-for-profit working to get more folks outside by addressing some of the biggest barriers to get outside. If anyone works for like youth programming, they know how expensive transportation is. But it's not the only thing. Transportation, gear, equipment, insurance, experienced guides, having folks who are medically trained with you, it comes at a cost, and it's really expensive. So we work to address those barriers. Now, a big part of the work that we do is supporting our partners so they can take center stage, just like right now, and show the amazing work that they're doing. Our job is to support from behind the scenes, crossing the T's and dotting the I's, providing all the support so they can do all the amazing work. So while I'm not going to speak to the amazing work that Detroit Outdoors is doing in Detroit and around the Midwest, I am going to make a shameless plug here to share a little bit about the work that we do, in hopes that maybe one of y'all is looking for a partner to help you do more outside. So in a nutshell, we put a full-service expedition program into the hands of community leaders, mentors, folks around the country, and we put it in their hands so that they can run camping trips that are extensions of the mission and work that they're already doing. Our partners lead the trips, and we're just there behind the scenes, supporting them, helping them, facilitating, teaching them, whatever it takes. Now, all the trips that we run in partnership, so if you're like curious, you're like, oh, that sounds really fun, you can't go to our website and sign up for a trip. But what that does mean is every single trip that we run is custom built with our partners. We collaborate with them to build a trip, whether that's a school, a Parks and Rec department, an adult affinity group, or like a youth program like Detroit Outdoors. Now, this partnership model that we work within it's our approach to building a more equitable and accessible outdoor community. By increasing the capacity of folks doing impact work, our belief is that we can help strengthen folks' relationships, our participants' relationships with their existing mentors, with their existing community leaders. Now the nuts and bolts is, I'll keep this quick, nuts and bolts is we literally have a bus, it's right there, that's equipped to take 30 to 36 people outside. Whether that's on like a expedition, road trip, rock climbing through the Dakotas, or a backpack trip with a bunch of young folks in northern Pennsylvania, or an adult trip, base camping in Sleeping Bear National Lakeshore. And we do all that, we provide all the gear, everything else, and we're still one of the most accessible and affordable ways to get outside. Sweet. Yeah, I guess the nice thing too is like if you're, I know we're from the Midwest, we get asked like where we're based out of, and I like to say we're based out of the bus. So if you're in the, if you're on the eastern seaboard, you're down the south, and you're like, you run a program or you have a group, you run an org, you're just looking for an accessible way to get outside, an affordable way to get outside. Come chat to me. Come chat with me. Come take a tour of the bus. You can also check us out, theboatbus.com.
Stay tuned for new bus updates.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And we're doubling our capacity. We have a new bus launching next year. Sweet. Thank you.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much. We're going to be hanging out in this tent. We have a raffle going on. I'll talk about it in a sec. But just thinking about ways to get involved. We'd love to get more people following us on socials. We've got a QR code at our table. You can follow us on Instagram and on Facebook. And if anyone is feeling very generous, we're always taking donations for the program we do. So we'll have a little bit of some information on that. But a quick word on the raffle. As we said, we are raffling off a Garmin watch and two really nice packs. And if you buy one raffle ticket, we're just going to hand you a day pack for free. So if you just want a day pack, come buy one raffle ticket or more. And all the proceeds are going to be split between Detroit Outdoors and Memphis Rock. So it's coming right back to the people that are doing the work. So thank you so much. Come chat with us. We love you all.